Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Nisha and Jacob from Career Guidance and Adolescent Counseling Cell, Alapura. Today, we are stepping into the realm of global events. To truly understand the chaotic headlines of today, we have to rewind the clock. History is the blueprint of our present. Today, we are looking at an article published on Hindu titled Chronicles of a War Foretold, Iran versus Israel, written by Sri Stanley Johnny. He is an international affairs editor at the newspaper and an absolute authority on Middle Eastern geopolitics. In this full page article, he breaks down how a rivalry that started decades ago has now escalated into a full blown war shaking the entire West Asian region. We are going to travel back to 1979, map out the complex web of proxy militias, look at the recent direct strikes, and figure out what all this means for the world and specifically for India. If you look at the news today, you would think Iran and Israel have hated each other since the dawn of time. But Stanley Johnny's article opens with a piece of history that surprises many. They actually used to be strategic partners. Back in July 1977, the Shah of Iran sent his deputy minister of war to Israel to hold secret talks. They even agreed on a military co-production line called Project Flower, where Israel would supply surface-to-surface missiles to Iran. But within 2 years, everything turned upside down. The 1979 Islamic Revolution saw the Shah toppled and Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini took power, turning Iran into a theocratic state. This new regime needed to consolidate power and establish a new identity. They declared the liberation of Jerusalem as the key objective. Suddenly, the United States of America was branded as the great Satan and Israel became the little Satan. Why did Iran do this? Sri Stanley Johnny points out a brilliant practical reason. Iran is a Shia majority country. To win over the broader Sunni dominated Muslim world, they needed a unifying cause. Championing the Palestinian cause against Israel was a perfect way to bridge the Shia Sunni divide and emerge as a leader in the Islamic world. With the US and Israel boasting vastly superior conventional militaries, Iran knew it couldn't win a traditional war. So they changed the rules of the game. They started building a network of non-state militias. In the 1980s, Iran helped to create Hezbollah in Lebanon. In the 1990s, they doubled down on supporting Hamas and the Islamic Jihad. This became their axis of resistance. The article highlights how global events ironically helped Iran expand this axis. When the US invaded Iraq in 2003 and toppled Saddam Hussein, who was Iran's bitter enemy, it created a massive power vacuum. Iran rushed in, establishing deep political and militia ties in Iraq. Then came the Arab Spring and the Syrian civil war. Iran, along with Russia, stepped in to save the regime of Bashar al-Assad, ensuring the land corridor from Tehran through Baghdad and Damascus all the way to Lebanon remained open. For decades, Israel and Iran fought a shadow war. Israel would assassinate Iranian nuclear scientists or strike convoys in Syria. Iran would use its proxies to harass Israel. They never fought directly. Until now, what broke this decades long shadow war? Two things: the collapse of the nuclear deal and October 7. In 2015, the world celebrated JCPOA, the Iran nuclear deal. Iran agreed to limit its nuclear program in exchange for lifted sanctions. But in 2018, US President Donald Trump withdrew from the deal, imposing maximum pressure campaign. Iran responded by ramping up in uranium enrichment. Then the world shifted on 7 October 2023 with the Hamas attack on Israel. For Israel, Hamas was just the tip of the iceberg. The real enemy was the sponsor, Iran. As the article's map vividly shows, we have now crossed the Rubicon. We are seeing direct US and Israeli strikes on Iranian soil and direct Iranian ballistic missiles raining down on Israel and US bases. Sri Stanley summarizes the ultimate objectives perfectly in the gist section of the article. Israel and US, they want regime change. They believe the only way to stop Iran's nuclear program and dismantle the militia network is to install a new friendly regime in Tehran. Iran is fighting for its very survival. For the Islamic Republic, yielding now means the end of their revolution. So why are we analyzing Middle Eastern conflicts? Because this is not just their war. These things will help our students to develop critical thinking. We must help them to see beyond the simplistic good guys versus bad guys narratives. History is messy, driven by national interests, resources, and geography. Let's make civics and history vibrant, living subjects as we are stepping into a deeply interconnected global economy. A war in the Strait of Hormuz directly affects the price of the petrol in our scooter and the cost of food in our table. Understanding global geopolitics makes us a smarter citizen and a better professional, no matter what career you choose. Millions of our brothers, sisters, and children live and work in the Gulf. Their safety, their remittances, and our nation's energy security are tied to the stability of West Asia. We must stay informed. We must understand that India is a massive, rapidly growing nation. To sustain our growth, we need two things: energy security and strategic autonomy. Watching the devastation that proxy wars and heavy reliance on foreign powers can bring India's historical stance of non-alignment or multi-alignment proves its worth. We maintain strong ties with Israel, deep historical links with Iran, and vital economic partnership with Arab Gulf states. By refusing to be dragged into sectarian or regional conflicts, India positions itself not as a pawn, but as a voice of stability and a potential peacemaker in the global stage. It is a powerful lesson in self-reliance. This is Dr. Nisha and Jacob from Career Guidance and Adolescent Counseling Cell, Alapura. See you in the next